Hi dancers! Welcome to another episode on Plié For The People. My name is Mimi and today I will be giving a intermediate through advanced level online ballet class. I hope you really enjoy it. In order to also make our 50th episode special, I will be sharing my top 5 ballet companies in the world right now. So we're going to dive into some dancing and then dive into a presentation on the 5 favorite companies of mine. Let's go ahead and get started right away at our apparatus. For our pliés today, dancers, we're going to use the same patterning in your first, second, fourth, and fifth. So once you learn it in first, everything else will be applicable and transferable as well. Prepare arms open to the side. We go parallel, turn in, turn out, a plie, release, a wrong, plie down, a 7 and 8. Side bend to your apparatus. Drop down with the plie, 2, releves, 7, descend onto second. Turn it in, turn it out. Plie, release, run plie down, return, and up. Side quarter bras through the middle, press up, 4, 2, and fourth. Turn it in, turn it out. Now plie, release. We're going to do a grand plie in fourth this time. 7 and 8. Quarter bras and through and rise and maintain that turn out and squirt on the hips. We go in, we go out. Release and a stretch. Grand plie down, recover and to the side. Relax, down, susu and down, susu and up, and hold, descend and finish. And I'm going to go over to the left side right away, all right? Here we go, dancers. First side, pliés from the first position. Again, prepare. We turn in and out, lift, plie, and stretch. Grand plie. Side stretch, quarter bra, long waist, on your foot in. Add a plie through the middle. We go rise, descend, rise. Maybe even let go to test your balance for a brief moment. We go in, we go out, and grand plie. Side stretch and go. Through the middle. Adjust if you need to rise in second. Make sure that you're not too wide here. Let your balance suspend. And fourth, and out. Breath and release. Getting ready to do your grand plie. Side stretch and lift. Through the middle. 2, rise up. 1 more up. Fifth, same idea. In, out. Plie, 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 stretch. Grand plie. Side stretch. Susu up. Cross your inner thighs each time. Quarter bra down, up. And hold. Descend. And finish in fifth. Left side immediately, dancers. Here we go. Beautiful work. Standing nice and tall first. Present your arm open to the side. Turn it in. I like to turn in my toes. It's just a little bit more aesthetically pleasing in my opinion. We do a grand plie. Side stretch. A juicy plie here in the middle to help you releve up. Allonge, élan. Second position, toes and toes. Gather breath, release, stand. Élan, return. And quarter towards your apparatus. And through the center, drop the neck and adjust if you need to and rise. Once more. Good. Fourth position. Turn in, turn out. Plie. Circle wrong plie. Make sure that those knees are over those toes. And up. Side stretch and lengthen. And curve. Plie. Through. And rise. One more. Heel forward. And close. In. Out. We plie. Plie and stretch. Stretch. Around. Plie. Down. We go. Return. Side stretch. And over. And through. Lengthen and gather. One more time. Quarter up. And balance briefly. And descend. Moving on to our tendu combination from first present. We go front and toes, circles to the front. Side and toes, 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 toes down. And lower second down, and lower second in. Back, tendu, tendu, return, reverse, and a toes, 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 circles, and side. This is still going forward, 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 forward together. Side down and together again. Repeat up front, tendu, tendu, going for a walk. Turn it in, stretch forward, stretch back, turn it out through balance. So front toes, side toes, and a second, back tendu, tendu, reverse, in, out, up, and balance. Follow me, here we go, right away. First position, present, here we go. Front and a toes, circles to the front, side, and a toes, 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 toes together, in a lower, accent down, and in, back, tendu, tendu, repeat from the back, toes, 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 and sides, you going forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a lower, again, we go front, tendu, tendu, time to stretch our hamstrings all the way down, we have time, rolling up, and maybe go back with both arms, return, rotate, and plie, heels, squeeze, and you're there, and hold. I'm gonna go over to the left side right away, dancers, so let's get ready to finish here, and then we're gonna go over to the other side. Beautifully done. All right, second side right away in first position, and waiting for our music to restart. Here we go. Present, prepare. We go front. Toes, 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 toes in. Side, same thing each time. And lower without losing the length of your waist. Back, tendu, tendu, reverse. Back, toes, 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 massaging the floor each time. Forward, 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 down, and down, and down. Front, tendu, tendu, and return. Stretching forward. Going back. without the apparatus, and also without lifting your shoulders too much. Rotate, plie heels up, squeeze, find your balance and hold. Strong ankles, strong knees. And we plie, and finish, we stand. Dancers, we're going to combine our tendus in fifth with dégagés today, just to truncate and save us a little bit more time. So we're going to begin in fifth, which is going to do 2 quick tendus to the front. Then it's going to be a quick little sequence. We're going to do a coupe pickup, out to 45, rond de jambe en l'air, and close to the back. Then we're going to reverse from the back. To the back, coupe out, and circle. Then we're gonna go for a walk. We're gonna go side tendu tablier, around to the front, shift and touch to the front, then cloche 3 times now, reverse it, to the back, coupe out, single round, to the front, tendu. Now we tendu and a shift your weight, and tendu back, cloche front, back, front, and close. That's the tendu version. That's the first round. Then we're gonna do our combination in dégagés, speeding it up and adding a little bit more rond de jambe. So we do 2 to the front, pick up out, double round. 2 dégagés, coupe out, double round. We go side, all in dégagés, and cloche back, front with the plie, then through to the back. To the back, and coupe double round. 2 to the front, coupe out, double round. We go walk to the side and to the back. A front swing back with a plie, then through front. And then closing fifth, that's all there is to it. And then I'm gonna dive into the left side immediately. All right, let's go for it, dancers. And tendus. We go to the front, coupe out, single, back, coupe out, single, side and up front, and just 3 cloche, reverse, 2, coupe out, single, and a front, coupe out, single, and a walk, to the back, we go front, back, front, repeat with dégagés, double, we go dégagé, coupe double, and a side, front, back, plie front, through, reverse, 2, coupe out, double, and a 2 to the front, coupe out, double, side, and up, back, and front, back, plie through, and finish. Left side immediately. It's so quick, right? So turn on our brains. Here we go. Left side, tendus. 2, coupe out, single, back, coupe out, single, and a side, and a front, back, reverse, 2, single, all on the floor. Now dégagés. 2, double round. We go out and up, out and plie and through. 2. Walk it side, walk it back. Cloche, cloche, through. And let's finish. Moving on to our rond de jambe today, we're going to begin in fifth. We're going to do a développé écarté back, tombe away, shifting to your low arabesque, arabesque and plie, then plie around, rond de jambe, and a 5, 4, 3, 2. One more, and hold. And then we're just going to do a lunge, stretch all the way down, do your hip flexor opener thing, then come back up. Then we're going to reverse all that. So écarté front, tombe, tendu back, shift in an écarté front, then plie around, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, then a reach front, stretch, coming back up, And then just a circular, maybe a passe balance today, maybe an attitude to the back, dancer's choice, whatever that you want to do, it's totally fine during your balance. I'm just going to focus on my port de bras, and then I'm probably just going to gather into maybe a coupe front just for today, all right? So, développé, tombe away, shift into low arabesque, through. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay, do your hip flexor stretch, or maybe your splits, whatever you feel like is the right thing to do. Come back, reverse, écarté, tombe back, shifting back to effacé, plie around, 5. Then hold, stretching front, coming up, circular, find your dancer's balance today. Here we go, dancers, wrong jumps from 5th to begin. Arm prepares, here we go. Up, and tombe, shift, arabesque, plie around. 5, and 3, 2. One more round of jump. And stretching down. This is your own stretching moment. And come back up, getting ready to reverse all that. Écarté, tombe to the foot, return, effacé, plie around. 5, round de jambe à terre. Keep that standing foot turn out. One more. À terre, suspend, heel forward, and bend. And getting ready to do our port de bras around. Quickly we go, around. And reverse. Looks like we ran out of music, that's all right. Keep holding your balances, and my coupe so you can still kind of see my foot a little bit. And come out of it, dancers. Sorry they're kind of short on our balance, but let's go over to the left immediately. Not bad. Here we go. Développé écarté back to begin. And plie around. 5 round jumps. Lifting high from that supporting hip. One last round jump. You're gonna stay in arabesque. And stretch. And slowly come out of it so that we can reverse it. Here we go. And just 5 more round jumps through. And one last time, use your metatarsal as a paintbrush. And forward. Maybe even test your balance to see where you are before we do a quick little stretch around. We have to be creative with our musicality here and the allocation of time. Reverse. And if you can fit in your balance, that would be really great. And hold, finish, and done. I'm gonna do a very quick fondue combination, very simple, just a fondue to the front, B, to the side, fondue to the back, into attitude back, maybe test your balance, then reverse, fondue back, B, second, and 1, to the front, still quasi, hold, one more set, fondue, B, back, fondue to the back, we hold, promenade to the left side, and a walk, it to the left, fondue to the front, left beat out, beat and back, hold, reverse, 2, beat out, beat to the front and hold, Again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Promenade around, allongé. Walk, walk, settle back inside of your first. Fondus to the front. Beat, beat, side. Fondue to the back and hold. Reverse to the back. Beat, beat, side. Fondue to the front. Again. Promenade around. Be careful of your furniture. And getting ready to go over to the left. Let's wait for music. We go. Fondue to the front. Beat, beat, side. Going to the back and hold. Try your best to find space. Maybe I should face on an angle. Here. Last set. And hold it here. We're going to promenade around. And walk to the first and finish. Our final exercise is going to be our grand battements. Nice and simple. We're going to party it up. This is our final combination, and then we're going to dive into our presentation or lecture of the 5 top ballet companies in my book. So we're going to simply do 3 to the front, 2, 3. We're going to do a changement tendu, close, and aside. 2, 3, 4. Same pattern, changement tendu, change. Back, 2, 3, 4, 3. Changement tendu, change. 2 battements to the side. Then we're going to party it up to the left, however you want. Then we're going to do the same thing to the left. 3 changement tendu in plié, change. So you can go 3 to the side, same idea. Back, same idea. Just 2 planes to the side. Party it up, come back. Okay? Here we go, dancers. Grand battements. And we go up. And a 2. And a 3. We changement tendu and a change. Side. And 2. And 3. And change. Back. 2. 3. Just 2 to the side. Party it up to the left. Here we go. Side. Terrific work so far, dancers. I hope you had a blast with that last combination as much as I did. Without any further ado, we're going to begin our lecture portion with the 5 ballet companies. I hope you enjoy and see you soon. Welcome, dancers, to our 50th episode lecture portion of Plié for the People. I'm so pleased that you're able to make it today, and we're going to play with the number 5 a little bit more here and talk about the world's top 5 ballet companies. These are the top 5 ballet companies, in my humble opinion, so it's not really anything carved in stone or in any official records or ranking system or anything like that. It's, again, just my subjective opinion on the 5 most successful and prestigious ballet companies currently in the world. And I think it's so important for dancers to not only focus on their own technique, but also be aware of the standards and the bar, literally the bar that's being raised here with these top 5 ballet companies. Again, there are so many ballet companies in the whole wide world. I know it's probably hard to just narrow it down to 5 is not fair for the other companies. However, again, this is just my list. And I hope you can find something valuable from it, and maybe it will intrigue your own passion a little bit more on ballet and ballet technique, and you can do more research on your own with any of these companies. So let's dive in right away to number 5. Number 5 is the New York City Ballet. And I'm also going to feature 2 dancers per company as a way to also share a little bit more on why I think these companies are wonderful. So the New York City Ballet, I really absolutely love New York City Ballet. It's my 5th choice, and my 2 favorite New York City Ballet dancers of all time are Sophie and Sylvie, and also Wendy Whalen. Sophie and Sylvie is the one over here in a grand battement here, a la seconde to the side, and she's dancing in a ballet called the Western Symphony by George Balanchine. And then also Wendy Whalen, who is now the artistic director, actually, co-artistic director at New York City Ballet, and she's a beautiful ballerina, known for her portrayals of abstract ballet such as Agon and maybe Symphony in Z. But she over here, she is in the White Swan Odette role, of course in George Balanchine's Swan Lake. And the reason why New York City Ballet is top-notch is that it's got so many wonderful dancers in it. And the founder of the New York City Ballet is, again, the one, the only genius choreographer, George Balanchine. And based on New York City Ballet's website, again, their official website is nycballet.com. New York City Ballet is one of the foremost dance companies in the world, with a roster of spectacular dancers and unparalleled repertory. What I really love personally about New York City Ballet is just its diverse repertoire and its neoclassical style, in which George Balanchine pushed the envelope of ballet, classical ballet, and tweaked it into his own aesthetic. And I think it's so fascinating. And it was founded, again, by George Balanchine in partnership with Lincoln Kirstein, who was the executive director, the person that had the money to get this company going from the ground up in 1948. And it essentially became the world-renowned company for its athletic and contemporary style. It's just so unique. In which George Balanchine carried over from Russia. George Balanchine was at one point the key choreographer for Ballet Russe, which is a famous ballet company that evolved and developed throughout ballet history. So it's just very prestigious, and no one really compares to George Balanchine's choreography really to this day. And I just remember recently watching Twyla Tharp on Charlie Rose in an interview where Twyla Tharp was worshiping George Balanchine and how she was very inspired by George Balanchine and also Martha Graham in her own choreography. But anyway, that's a little segue to New York City Ballet, but we're going to come back and talk about another key person in New York City Ballet, who is Jerome Robbins, who joined New York City Ballet in 1949 with Balanchine, and they teamed up with other artists and composers like Stravinsky, and they continued to build this astonishing repertoire. In the website, it also indicates how it firmly established the company in New York. So feel free to check out New York City Ballet, and whenever you come to New York, if you get a chance to ever come to New York City, definitely come around Christmas time and check out their Nutcracker when this whole pandemic is over, of course. And I mean, there's so many talented and gorgeous dancers in the company, but my top choice has to be Sophie and Sylvie and also Wendy Whalen. My 4th choice is ABT, the American Ballet Theater. I absolutely love ABT. I trained with ABT for many summers in New York City, also in Detroit growing up. And I'm also a certified American Ballet Theater National Training Curriculum teacher. So ABT, also all my previous ballet teachers were all ABT alums. They danced either with the main company or, they worked for ABT for many, many years. So my heart is very much close to ABT and its philosophy on ballet and training. So it goes without saying, Mikhail Baryshnikov, the absolute male ballet dancers of all time, along with Rudolf Nureyev, probably, but Mikhail Baryshnikov is definitely one of the most famous ballet dancers in dance history. And then also Gillian Murphy. Mikhail Baryshnikov at one point also directed American Ballet Theater as the artistic director, who brought on dancers like Susan Jeffy under his wings and others. A lot of my previous ballet teachers were his protege as well in the main company, dancing the corps, dancing as soloists. And now one of his main partners, Cynthia Harvey, is now the American Ballet Theater's main training ballet school's principal. So there's a lot of history to ABT. And Gillian Murphy, she's just a gorgeous dancer, technician, now a new mom as well. So just a wonderful company. I love their diversity. Misty Copeland, as we all know, the most famous principal dancer in our current time, being the first African-American principal dancer, got promoted at ABT. This is the company for everyone, really. And I love how ABT is really embracing diversity in its people, in its company. And when you go to ABT's website, which is abt.org, there's a welcome page, and it talks about how ABT is the America's National Ballet Company, which is very true. When I was taking classes there and when I was taking the exam for the ABT National Training Curriculum Teachers exam, I remember that they advertised themselves as the America's National Ballet Company. It's not only America's National Ballet Company, but it has an internationally celebrated cultural institution as well. Many people, I know many of the principal dancers. I was watching another interview on Charlie Rose with Angel Carrera, who used to be a principal male dancer with ABT, and he's from Spain originally, and he talked about how in Spain he didn't have that many opportunities, and he just wasn't as appreciated there. So then as soon as he came to ABT, which is one of his dream companies, his career just took off. ABT offered him a soloist contract right off the bat, saw his talent right away, and then he just climbed to the top like a superstar. It was incredible. And they are also very dedicated to, again, preserving and extending the great legacy of classical dancing, not only to those who can afford it, but they have so many wonderful outreach programs that tries to connect themselves with their community in the greater New York City area and in the world. At ABT, they know that by sharing art, they can develop a global community of art enthusiasts, and that transcends cultural boundaries. And I just really loved their vision and their whole philosophy on reaching the widest possible audience. And they continue to do so. And they also pride in themselves that they can provide quality ballet education every single summer at the intensives and other educational outreach programs. So they're doing a phenomenal job at that. And yes, so that is the American Ballet Theater, and definitely check out their upcoming performances at the Met, which is a beautiful, beautiful theater at Lincoln Center in the near future. Right now they're, again, due to the pandemic, everybody is just taking a break. The third company on my list is definitely the Kirov, aka the Mariinsky Ballet of St. Petersburg, Russia. And these dancers are trained at the Vaganova, the prestigious Vaganova Ballet Academy. And two of my favorite dancers here that are pictures are Altynai, Asylmuratova, and also Ulyana Lopatkina. Just beautiful ballerinas. I cannot praise them enough. Just the most stunning ballerinas. I highly suggest watching Ulyana Lopatkina's Dying Swan. She just looks perfection. These dancers are Just incredible. And a little blurb about the Mariinsky or Kirov Ballet. They are the resident classical ballet company of the Mariinsky Theater in St. Petersburg, Russia, founded in the 18th century and originally known as the Imperial Russian Ballet. The Mariinsky Ballet is one of the world's leading ballet companies, certainly. And there's also a page on their official website at mariinsky.ru. There's a little history of the Mariinsky Ballet. And it's very fascinating. And one main person that I want everyone here on Plié For The People to remember is a gentleman named Marius Petipa, who made his debut in St. Petersburg as a dancer and choreographer. And having taken the post of the theater's principal ballet master over his lengthy career as a choreographer, spanning almost 60 years as a choreographer, he developed a form of grand ballet, a multi-act production, the plot combining fully developed scenes of classical ensembles, colorful character dances, genre spectacle scenes, and pantomime. Even today, the ballets of Petipa, like The Sleeping Beauty and Swan Lake, carry so much weight in the classical ballet tradition, together with choreographer Lev Ivanov and Ramonda. Petipa also created with the symphonist composer Tchaikovsky, form part of the gold reserves of the classical legacy and adorn the theater's repertoire at the Kirov. So it's got a very long history, and all the dancers are stars. I mean, Baryshnikov certainly went through the Kirov Ballet for sure. Diana Vishneva, so many gorgeous dancers are the graduates of the Vaganova Ballet Academy. And once you graduate from the Vaganova Ballet Academy, it's like that's your golden ticket to dancing anywhere in the whole wide world. So definitely check out Kirov Mariinsky. Second choice is the English company, the Royal Ballet. And they're definitely affiliated with the royal family. All these dancers have been invited by the queen to see them at the palace and meeting princesses and prince and all these royal people for sure, not only England but everywhere else. I mean, these people are dames and royalty, literally. And I'm just so fascinated by the Royal Ballet. And growing up, I remember watching their production of the Nutcracker with Zenaida Yanowsky, who is on the right over here, doing a grand jeté in the ballet Sylvia, in which she is a female huntress. And then, of course, Darcey Bussell. Anyone who is English must have heard of Darcey Bussell. I can guarantee that. She is the English ballerina. I mean, she is just so incredible. Her technique is perfection. Her legs can go on for days, and she's just got so much beauty and control and just incredible. When you watch these dancers, it's almost like watching no longer human beings, but watching goddesses leaping across the stage, extending their leg and dancing on their toes. I mean, it's just so magical. And with the Royal Ballet, it's a beautiful company. It's, of course, a very artistic company. They even rank their dancers not only as the core of the ballet, but they're ranking their dancers as artists. I mean, these dancers are no longer just your tutus and tiaras. These dancers are artists. They're telling a story. They're acting. I mean, they're the real deal. You know what I mean? And when you come to their website, which is at Royal Opera House or roh.org.uk. When you go to their first main page, they pride themselves that they are one of the world's greatest ballet companies, which I totally agree. That's why they're on number 2 on our list here. And under the current directorship of Kevin O'Hare, the company unites tradition and innovation in world-class performances at their Convent Garden home. The company's extensive repertoire embraces 19th century classics, the singular legacy of works by founder choreographer Frederick Ashton and the principal choreographer Kenneth Macmillan, and a compelling new canon by resident choreographer Wayne McGregor and artistic associate Christopher Wheeldon. The Royal Ballet is committed to enriching people's lives through ballet. And I just absolutely love this company. I, again, grow up watching Zenaida leaping across the stage as the dewdrop in The Waltz of the Flowers. I mean, I really looked up to her, and one of the reasons why I just loved ballet is because I was so inspired by her beauty and magic across the stage in that beautiful pink tutu that glittered. So just pure inspiration. And Darcey Bussell herself is also an author. She was able to write many ballet books for children as well. And I just think these two ladies are phenomenal. And I believe they're both retired from the company now. And there's a new wave of new talents and artists burgeoning from the ground up, also doing wonderful work right now. So definitely check out the Royal Ballet. And finally, my top favorite #1 choice is the Paris Opera Ballet. I mean, this is the creme de la creme. I mean, this is it. This is the bee's knees. This is the best in my humble opinion. And my favorite dancers of the Paris Opera are Elisabeth Platel and Marie-Agnes Gillot. And we will actually, instead of talking about the history of the Paris Opera Ballet and these dancers, aka the A12s, or the stars of the company, I'm just going to show you guys a video of Elisabeth Platel here doing a variation from the ballet Grand Pas Classique. And so I'm going to stop sharing our slide and I'm going to pull up her video from the Safari, if I can find it. Let's see, located. All right, here we go. And let me make sure that this is maximized for your viewing pleasure. And volume is up. And here we go. This is Elisabeth Platel of the Paris Opera Ballet. Beautiful clean double pirouette on the dawn. Now she's going to pull in for a triple effortlessly. Sorry for my interruption, but I want you guys to watch this perfect susu position right here. It's just flawless, breathtaking. And she's going to do a series of releves in point with one leg, repetitively, with ease and control without falling over, making it look so easy. Now she's going to do some Shanshamasa in point, changing of her feet on point. Now she's going to do a series of piqué turns in manège or around the room. And she pulls in for a double. Nail that landing. I just love the way she sparkles all over. And I love how she's taking her sweet time to receive her applause. Beautiful. Let me stop sharing that. That was incredibly breathtaking, and I just can't get over it. I mean, I can watch that over and over again.
and it's just so beautiful. And I can't help but to narrate over the video, so my apologies for those of you who just wanted to watch the video. I'm definitely going to link the video in my description, so check that out. So this is Elisabeth in the role Gamzadi from the ballet La Bayadere, which is a story between, actually it's a love triangle, between a princess from India. So this is Gamzadi, and she's the princess from India. And this is a moment, she's doing a saut de chat in the ballet by herself in a variation, and she's doing a saut de chat step, and she's at her wedding, and she's about to marry, or she married a prince. However, the prince was in love with this other character in the ballet, this water carrier girl who is basically below her, kind of like a servant in the kingdom. Her name is Nakia. And so when Elisabeth's character, Gamzadi, found out that the prince is in love with another woman, well, guess what she did? She had her executed, basically. Well, she basically killed Nakia through a snake, which poisoned her. Anyways, I don't want to give the whole thing away, but so she's leaping through the air on her wedding day with joy and grace, but that's really behind her smile. That's what's really behind this beautiful picture here. And then Agnes Gillot is in the middle of a Sleeping Beauty variation in which she is the lilac fairy, and she's just this beautiful, tall ballerina in the company, in which she would tower over majority of the guys in the company. So finding a partner for her wasn't easy. However, she is just one of the most unique and standouts in the company's history for sure, and therefore that's my choice of my second favorite dancer in the company. Gorgeous dancer, beautiful technique, beautiful legs and feet for days, and I just drool over her at times, all right, when I watch her dance. So there you have it, my top 5 ballet companies, and number 1 being the Paris Opera Ballet. Let's get back to our class. See you soon.
Welcome back, dancers. I hope you found our lecture portion today very informative and that you really had a great experience dancing with us earlier in class as well. I'm still just when you were watching the lecture portion, I was just thinking about how amazing that we just completed our 50th episode. Come on, that is definitely something to celebrate in 2020. Incredible job. I'm really proud of you for keep coming back and subscribing to our channel and just working so hard to get through each and every class and just paying so much dedication and attention to your ballet training. I'm going to continue to make these videos as the new year comes around, and I hope you can continue to grow with us here on Plié For The People. It's such a joy to make these videos and just give these classes out to as many people as possible, and that's my goal. It's to really democratize ballet and just make it very accessible. You know, it doesn't have to be this rocket science, it doesn't have to be this intimidating art form. For people that might not be able to afford it or whatever, it's really here for us all to benefit from and enjoy. So I hope you can subscribe to our channel today, share this video or like it, or write to me directly at playforthepeople@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you and know maybe some of your favorite ballet companies or dance companies or dancers or ballet dancers, anything like that. I'm all about ballet, so talk to me about it. I'm right here for you. Until our next episode, dancers, stay hydrated, stay well, and I hope you all will have a wonderful new year, and I will see you in 2021. Bye for now.